As an educator, I think it's my job to try and get people to understand what it is that they have before them. It's important that we teach people that this is your birthright, but if you don't take care of it, it'll disappear. You'll lose it. And I think that's an important lesson. We know that our salmon, that when they are ready to smolt, meaning head for the oceans, the bigger they are, the more robust they are, the better their survival rate. The smaller they are, if they're forced to leave early because there's not enough food or there's something else forcing them out, they're smaller, their survival rate decreases significantly. We historically have allowed controls and limits on things for the common good. And what we need to do is, of course, convince people that this is for the common good, and that the salmon and the preservation of the salmon is for everybody's benefit, not just mine because I'm a fisherman, but your benefit too, so that your property stays valuable. So when we think about healthy habitats for salmon, we have to think of both sides of the equation. You have to think about the streams where the young are and where the eggs are deposited and where the young fry are going to spend a couple years of their life. And then we have to think about the oceans as well, because they're a part of this mix. And as we are experiencing climatic changes, we're seeing changes in some of those things that have been there forever. Some of our oceans are not as rich as they used to be. We're seeing that with emaciated whales and birds that are dying because they're not getting enough food. And we're seeing changes in our streams because we are enriching them with more nutrients than they had before. So, there's all kinds of changes that have been going on and that are potentially problematic for us. We certainly need to be paying attention to the habitat, because that's the one variable that we can control. We can't control the amount of sunlight we get. We can't control the drought. We can't control rainfall. Those are things that are out of our purview, but we can control what habitat we have and the conditions of the habitat for the fish that we find so important and for the rivers that we find so important. Trying to come up with a balance is difficult, but it's something we can do. We have to sit down and talk rationally about it. When people don't want to talk rationally and they just want to pound their shoes on the table, we don't get anywhere. We don't make any progress. But I think if we talk about what are the uses that are most important, I think we can come up with answers that work.